Hey to all the peeps out there right now. I am deeply hungover at the moment. I always get too drunk when I go out. Had a little bit of fun last night. Needless to say, I tend to mostly remember the night. Mostly. Um, Too often I'll end up getting into some topic when I'm drunk. The cringe is real. I was trying to explain to someone about cryptocurrency. Needless to say, this is a dumb topic for drunken discussion. I think he got a little bit incensed at me for not being able to explain how to actually obtain Bitcoin. Here's the super, cool thing that's going to change the world. Except you can't have it, and as a result, nobody's going to spend any of it or anything. Good luck. It's great. Um, I kind of hate myself when I get drunk. I'm not even a fan of myself while I'm sober, to be honest. Why the fuck am I an introvert who sometimes goes full extrovert randomly? You want to know why? So 5 years later, I can wake up one morning and be like, man, that was a really dumb thing to say. So anyway, I'm already kind of fucking up on my promise to produce more regular content, but I have an excuse. Kind of. I have a blueprint first-person shooter project that's sucking up all my time, and I am also kind of inspired by the idea that maybe I can make a simple FPS with this project. UE4 has been a damn beast for this so far. I mean, this project has just been perfect. Now that I've been using the data tables, the engine has been treating me flawlessly, and it's beautiful. All you anti-blueprint clowns out there will need to clench your sphincters nice and hard, because I have a feeling indie games are using this tech is going to be disgustingly common at this rate. The flood is going to be real. And maybe there's a chance that I might contribute to this flood. Maybe. So I have to mention, I got some inspiration I want to show you. It's a little game called Intrude. Super simple graphics, simple premise. Here, let me bring it up. Here we go. Make sure the volume's down. Actually, fuck it. The volume's just fine. So, look at that. I mean, just look at this. It's beautiful. It's fucking beautiful. Now, I like the prospect a lot, actually. Very simple turnaround, low poly models or animated sprites for graphics. So I have to. So I decided to toy around with this idea even more, and I realized that this is just a Wolfenstein 3D clone. But in a way, I think it's actually it looks to be like a better game than Wolfenstein. I mean, not to say that that's a huge jump or leap in some fashion, but it's kind of neat. It's interesting to me. I don't know. So I was thinking, you see how the level design in this. What if I went ahead and I did my project where it's sort of the voxel style level design, similar to Minecraft for world geometry. You end up getting something kind of like this. Now let me show you what I'm currently toying around with in Unreal 4. So, this is, you might recognize some of the textures. Pretty much all the assets that you're viewing right now are totally temporary. Totally temporary. But the neat thing about this, right, is that I have my looter shooter aspects still here, right? So like, here's the loot. You get a worn body piece, you know, and you get to see the stats. Now you notice that I'm right now for debugging purposes. I have the visual values, the more interesting visual values turned off, and all you're really seeing right now is the percentages. So when I level up, the armor actually will list itself as being not as good. Like, the armor becomes weaker unless you find armor that's your level. The armor that's lower level will become, it kind of downgrades. It's kind of a weird way to do it, but it's an interesting way to handle things for balancing purposes. Now you notice that I also have like health bars on the NPCs. You'll notice that this guy is the Chingan guy from Doom. You'll notice that the textures are from Minecraft. But one of the things that's kind of neat about this though is that like, yeah, like I was having fun just doing this. So I have the numbers that pop up. The weapon fires. Right now, this is a pistol. I have to set up the whole inventory system for weapons, although the inventory system for loot is currently so like I have abilities. I have like uh, double jump and all these kinds of things. I've kind of already shown all this stuff before. Like there's a whole like crafting system in place, and then you can dismantle like broken items and into crafting parts that you can then use to craft new items, stuff like that. So that's kind of like the basic premise of it. And you see like when you're when the first yellow bar is armor, and then the second bar is red. That's health, and that yeah. So that's pretty much like what I have in place here, and then like I have like volumes just for testing, so where I could stand inside of it and I take damage and shit. So that's pretty much that project. So this brings up a deeper topic I wanted to briefly glaze over in my hungover voice. When I was toying with the idea of making a Minecraft-ish style level, it occurred to me that I'm basically playing Minecraft creative on ultra hard mode. Like ultra hardcore Minecraft. I mean, just think about that. Instead of redstone, I have blueprints. I've been having fun just fucking around with this. Like, I can seriously imagine making a bunch of blocks with cool Doom and Quake style textures on them and just build the shit out of levels and enjoying it a lot. For some odd reason, it's even more enjoyable than actually playing Minecraft. I mean, yeah, because it's mine. What if instead of keys to open doors, you have to connect circuits like redstone? So I started going down like avenues that I didn't even think I would begin to think about because of this. I was thinking about stuff I wasn't even thinking about. What if the enemies and weapons felt kind of like an old NES game where the bullets are slow flying round white balls? I mean, you see that on top downs and side scrollers all the time, but like in first person shooters, isn't that kind of a weird thing? Like, it's kind of amusing to think of what it would be like to play Contra or something in a first person perspective. But then I began thinking about this from a more grand perspective, like from more of a top down approach. How come making games doesn't feel more like playing games? Don't people realize how thin the line really is from level design or environment art to playing Minecraft really is? I mean, it's it's so close. I often say that the only reason I won't play Minecraft is because I pretty much play Minecraft for a living. I mean, the advantage of a game though is that the advantage to playing a game versus working is that behavior in a game is rewarded more seamlessly. Whereas the game development, there's almost no feeling of reward at all. Like it's very hard to get that sense of reward. The bigger your dev team is, the less people are rewarded for individual mastery of their respective field. If you build something in Minecraft, you probably garnered enjoyment from the process. But if you build something in a game dev environment, it can frankly be very thankless, leading almost to a kind of nihilistic apathy. Maybe there is something to be said about making the game development environment feel like actually playing a game. Maybe it would be more enjoyable to watch as well. I feel like I'm going to be playing some looter shooter UE4 Minecraft in the near future, and I just need to get some more systems in place. Anyway, that's about all. I hope you enjoyed, and stay tuned for more. And subscribe to me on Steemit. Upvotes equal cryptocurrency. It's just so awesome, I can't even think of something cool to say.